right here.
Where you at?
I was crying out for help.
Yes, indeed.
I'm telling you, I'm about to pull up on you, do a pull-up.
Yes, indeed.
I promise you. It's time to tell it all. Off the dribble.
Where are you from?
Well, I'm kind of from two different places. Birth certificate says Springfield, Missouri, but I claim Detroit, Michigan, because I grew up there from the most pivotal time, from 2 to about 11. And that's where I have all my, where just all my childhood roots come from, man, just Detroit. I call Springfield home too as well because I moved there and that's where all my mom's family is at. We moved back to Springfield back in 2000, no, actually back in the 90s, probably 98. And yeah, man, that's where I went to high school at, middle school.
Who is Milen Brown Jr.?
I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a young entrepreneur. That's a tough one.
So growing up, childhood in Detroit in Missouri, so when did you know you were actually good at basketball?
Oh man, I knew I was good at basketball at the age of 8 when my dad took me to Palmer Park in Detroit, Michigan, man. He had took me to go play with a group of guys that he used to play with on the weekends, and he's throwing me inside of the game, and we're playing 5-on-5, and here I am. I'm all a bit about 4'4" at the time, like not even 100 pounds yet, probably like 80 pounds soaking wet. And I don't know, I just knew I was naturally good because he's put me out here with these guys at 8 years old, and I'm just used to playing with kids, but I'm on the court and I'm making shots and I'm making passes, and he's telling me like, hey man, you're gonna be the best. My dad always told me you're gonna be the best basketball player I ever see grow up, bro. So he always just implanted that in my head, like, hey man, you're the best basketball player that I've ever seen. And you have a dog mentality, so always keep that dog mentality. That like, don't ever let nobody scare you on the court. Don't ever let nobody bully you on the court. And so I just felt like growing up from 8 all the way till now, man, just that playing with them older guys at that time, it really made me really good. It made me want to dissect the game of basketball, want to know how to pass, want to know how to shoot. I knew I had raw talent from the time I picked up a basketball because I never had a trainer. You know what I mean? I never had a basketball coach show me how to dribble between my legs or nothing like that. I see it, I picked it up, and I got busy with it, man.
So playing basketball for about in high school, all through the years like that, going to college, do you feel like basketball taught you life lessons? What did you learn from basketball?
Basketball taught me huge life lessons that I didn't pay attention to until I got outside of college and outside of basketball. So I can think of a time when I was a freshman in college, bro. I had a high school sweetheart that was back home, and I'm literally like trying to juggle the two. I'm trying to be away from home, which is about 2 hours, and then be home every single night or every single weekend to come see her. And basketball really taught me like, hey man, if you really want to do this thing, basketball, you got to be all the way in. Like basketball taught me like whatever it is that you're focused on, if you're not 100% focused on that, it will never grow, and you will never progress in it. I wasn't focused enough on basketball at times to where I should have just been focused more times than not, if that makes sense, man. And again, basketball has kept me out of a lot of trouble, man. Basketball has kept me away from friends that have went down the wrong route. And now I'm 34 years old, looking back at all my childhood, teen, and younger, early adult friends, man. And it's like my childhood best friend is now in prison. You know what I mean? For murder. And we used to grow up and play basketball, do all the same things till about 9th grade. So again, basketball is teaching me not to venture away from what you really want to do. Like I could have went out there with him and been out in the streets and been doing all type of stuff at that age, man. But I wasn't. I was focusing. I had a straight line. I was like, man, if it's not basketball, I don't want to be involved. Like I never touched no drugs, never touched no alcohol. I never drank until I was 19 years old in college, bro. Like, and I feel like that basketball has really helped me get through life and be able to have something to depend on when things ain't going so great in life. Like when my pops passed away, I remember going back to school after the funeral and being so discombobulated to the point where I'm getting up in the middle of the night and I'm going to go break inside of our actual gym and get inside of there and just putting up shots at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning to get my mind off of things. So I always knew that basketball was in my life just to get me to the next step, into the next point, into the next level of life. Because without basketball in my life, I just know my life would have been completely different than what it is right now. And I'm grateful for basketball. I love it wholeheartedly, man. And again, man, I will continue to do things around basketball until I can't no more.
If you never picked up a basketball, what do you think you would be?
I feel like I would just, I feel like I would be stuck in time. I feel like I would be stuck at a place in my life to where it's like I've tried so many different things to be successful or to be seen or to be heard that I just would have been broken throughout the years because so much happened. Like everything would have tore me down without basketball. So without basketball, I don't know, man. I'd probably be nobody, and that is the honest truth. And that's no sugarcoating. I feel like I would be nobody. I feel like I would just be another average person, probably working a 9 to 5, comfortable with my life situation. And again, I probably wouldn't have the wife that I have now because, again, my head wasn't on straight until I got into the realm of mentorship and basketball and stuff like that. So again, being over here doing things in the streets with my friends and stuff like that, but always having something to go back to and go back on and lean on, I feel like that it just helped me out. So again, I'd have been over here with this crowd instead of being over here with all this success and a beautiful wife with, 2 beautiful daughters, man. And again, man, I'm just so grateful for the things that God has blessed me with, but also has taken away from me and just shown me things and through trials and tribulations just to get through life, man, to get over that next hump.
So throughout the basketball journey, can you tell us some of the people who helped you along the way? Coaches, teachers, mentors. Who got you into the place where you want to mentor actual kids yourself?
I always had this kind heart right here, right? I always like to see people happy. Like I used to always give away stuff, and whether it would have been shoes or a hoodie or whatever the case may have been, giving made me feel good, bro. Giving, making somebody else smile or be like, oh man, thank you, or man, this is dope, or whatever the case may be, man, it just made me feel good. So I don't think nobody has helped me along the way but God, and that's just the honest truth. Since high school and been out of my mama's house at 19, 18 years old, I have literally just been figuring it out on my own, and that's just real. Has people helped me along the way to get to where I am now here recently with 30 Below? Absolutely. So I give a shout out to my sponsor, Ron, who really pushed me forward with like, what do you want to do with this business thing? Do you want to be, this guy that's just over here playing around with this brand, or do you really want to take it to the next level? He taught me to be confident in asking for stuff that I needed for my programs. My wife has helped me along this journey, man. She's really helped me open up and really be able to speak out and be able to sit up and know how to own a room throughout these last 13 years that we've been together. We've been together since 20. So right out of high school, you know, damn near right out of high school, but right out of college, man, it's just like, again, I got people that are helping me, right? But it's nobody that's planting these seeds in my head to be this mentor. I think I just grew into, again, man, I just always like to help people.
So 30 Below, Project 30. What does that mean to you, and what does it stand for?
30 Below stands for I'm mentoring everything below 30. I feel like when God gave me this vision, He gave it to me in a way of mentor to youth. But it was like I'm 30, like mentor to youth. That's easy, but I wanted to do more with it. So I want to connect with people of all ages with 30 Below. But 30 Below came from literally just God inspired me to literally get up and do something for the youth. I was praying for 2 years after I had surgery that I was done with basketball. I couldn't go play overseas no more at the time. So it was like, man, I'm really sitting in my feelings, like, what is life going to be like after basketball? So again, the name 30 Below comes from my age at the time, which I was 30. And then I wanted to mentor everything below the age of 30 at the time. But I'll connect with anybody on any level that they want to connect on, if that makes sense. Project 30, what that means to me is literally just getting a group of guys, girls into a gym and connecting and really trying to inspire and mentor youth through the game of basketball. Again, basketball is 5% of Project 30. 95% of it is a mentorship. I want to get those guys in there. I want to work them out, but I also want to sit them down and give them life experiences that I've actually experienced where they'll connect with it. They're about to go off to school. They're about to go off to college and try to be this athlete or try to play this professional sport. There's a lot of things that come with it. So again, man, I just try to get in there and mentor the brain on what comes with the territory, how to move, how not to move, relationships when it comes to basketball, parenting. I want to go all around the board with it, man. So again, Project 30, that's my baby.
So Project 30. So why a podcast now? I know it's maybe like the hot new thing. Everybody's got a podcast. We're doing a podcast in the bathroom or wherever these days. So what makes you want to do a podcast?
A podcast is just another way of connecting with the people, getting news out there about Project 30 and 30 Below, getting life stories out there, and just getting feedback on what we're doing out here in the community. Is it good? Is it bad? Do we need a little bit more push? I want to gain sponsors from a podcast. That way we can go out into the community and do these great things for these kids as well. And again, man, it's just another way to brand yourself.
So by doing the podcast, what's your target audience? Who do you want to reach?
I really want to reach the youth. I want to reach the ages of anywhere from about 12 till about 21. The pivotal ages of going into high school, going into college, man. Really letting them guys know the ins and outs, what comes with basketball, what comes with college period. Again, life lessons and life stories that maybe I can help them get through. I want to reach out to the people that have traumatic experiences with, childhood trauma. Like, I want to connect with that because I feel like God is calling me to do much more than just basketball at this point in my life, and I hear it now and I get it. So I want to put my foot forward and just always let people know that I'm here. Hey man, we just wrapped up episode 1 of Off the Dribble. Stay tuned, more content coming soon.